Welcome back everyone, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this video. I'm gonna react to some more Judas Priest. I've really heard amazing things, and I've been a Judas Priest fan pretty much since I was a teenager, like 16, 17 years old. That's when I discovered them, and immediately took a liking to them. You know, their style reminded me, of course, of Iron Maiden, and I was obsessed with Iron Maiden. But I just love that. I just loved Rob Halford and just the music, you know. I think the first song, and it's super funny because we just reacted to Diamonds and Rust, the original version by John Baez, and I thought that Diamonds and Rust was a song by Judas Priest, you know, and I heard it on Unleashed in the East. Love that song. But yeah, that was just mind-blowing when we heard the acoustic version some days ago, Alexia and I. But yeah, today we're gonna focus on the newest album that came out just this year, like 2024, and they sound literally the same as in, I mean, this is a 70s band. I think they started in 75 with Sin After no, it was not Sin After Sin, was their third album with Rock-a-Rolla, and I think that came out in 1974 if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out because there is some, although they are remasters here, so they don't really show the timeline. But yeah, I know they're the 70s band, and what I like about Judas Priest is they had like this style that was pretty much rock and roll, and it was just, you know, it just started to become heavier, and then morphed into this like even heavier than, yeah, like most of the bands that I would listen to, you know, with like Painkiller in 1990 or 1991. And this, and what they say that this album is kind of like a return to that. And I can't believe that Rob Halford at 72 years of age, 72, sings like this. So today we're going to listen to Trial by Fire. I don't know, there's an Yngwie Malmsteen record that I love, which is a live in Leningrad, and it's called Trial by Fire. So I'm just like literally picking this random. I did listen to the first track on the album, Panic Attack, which is an amazing like fusion of like Turbo Lover meets Painkiller. Just amazing. I mean, the guitar players, the new guitar players on this album, because Glenn Tipton obviously has some health issues, and KK Downing is no longer in the band. So these are, I think, Richie Faulkner and another guy that I don't remember. So I do apologize about that. But pretty much everybody else. I think the drummer also is newer, but the bass player is the same bass player. I don't recall his name right now, but yes, we're gonna react to the newest album here from Invisible Shield 2024. I mean, just to be this lucky, we're so lucky to get a release like this of a 70s band releasing music like this is insane, you know, because even bands that I adore like Judas Priest, like Iron Maiden or Metallica, or, you know, or even Yngwie Malmsteen, or I don't know, you know, bands, I really haven't listened to the new Dream Theater album or Symphony X, yes I do. But I mean, just to have a 70s band to come out of the 70s, like let's say Deep Purple or Black Sabbath or Uriah Heep, and they come out with something like this. So Judas Priest is just, we saw them live last year, and they just blew my mind, you know. It blew my mind how good they sounded, how well they performed, and it was just like, I think, the highlight of the whole like 3 days, you know. I mean, Iron Maiden, of course, was, in Metallica. I've never seen Metallica live, neither Tool or Guns N' Roses or AC/DC, but for me, Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, that's where, you know, where it's at. And to see them live for the first time was just amazing, and they played all my favorite stuff and all my favorite songs. And but yeah, today we're gonna focus on this new record, Invisible Shield, Trial by Fire. Here we go. I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, do subscribe to the channel to hear more. And I'm going to leave you also a link in the description if you want to request a single song reaction to anything. Let me know. All right, here we go. Wow. Wow. I mean, honestly, yeah. Oh, honestly, I mean, this is a band from the 70s, you know, and it's like almost like a 2.0. Like, it's so crazy what has happened to this band because like they were pretty much like it was over, you know, and just to be so lucky to see them. And I was literally in tears when we watched them because we saw Rob Halford and 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 I'm so sorry that I don't know the bass player, but he's been there from the beginning. He's the original bass player, and that's almost like, the bass player is always the one that gets the least of the recognition, which is crazy because, like, for example, Led Zeppelin, John Paul Jones, he's like the man, right, of the band. And he played the piano, the bass, and everything else, the recorders. Um, but I mean, they did have Glenn Tipton was there, and he did play "Breaking the Law" and "Living After Midnight," and classics. I think was "Living After Midnight," "Breaking the Law," and "You Got Another Thing Coming," I think. But it was just wonderful to see him, and he can't play. He has Parkinson's. And but it was so awesome to see those three originals up there, because they already had this band. The Judas Priest had a different vocalist. Rob Halford left the band, I think, in 2004 or something. And man, it was just so magical to see them together. And we saw Iron Maiden and their full, the original 1984 and 1990, and 1999, together. And then we saw, Metallica. Yes, I think Robert Trujillo is now a full-fledged member. He has been in the band, I think, longer than Jason ever was, and Cliff, of course. I do love Cliff and I do love Jason, but I do think Robert, he's just he was an amazing replacement for either of those, and he's just such a cool guy, and then, yeah, to see AC/DC and Tool and Guns N' Roses, like, I never thought I would see Axl and Slash and the bass player, what's his name, the tall guy, I don't recall, but it was just an amazing event. But going back to this song, I love the intro here, the fade in, of this soaring, metal, and then the riff, such power. And Rob coming in, doing his falsettos, once, and then at the end, and his voice is so clear. I think he takes so much care of his voice. I've never seen that before. I think the only vocalist who has that kind of power and range still to this day is King Diamond, who also likes, I guess, I don't know what they do. But yeah, you see, with other vocalists of that kind of style, of the falsetto style, it just, fades away after a couple of years. Phil Anselmo, like, he stopped doing it because I think it was very draining on his voice from Pantera. Bruce Dickinson, he only did it for 2-3 albums. I think Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, and Power Slave. And then after that, he became more like, he changed his vocal style of singing, and Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son, and then totally changed it with No Prayer for the Dying and Fear of the Dark. And it has been like that ever since. It's more like he still goes up, but he doesn't do these falsettos that Rob Halford does. He's the metal god. He is the metal god, man, And this was wonderful. I love the solo. It was beautiful. It was not too much, It's just the right amount for a metal song of this, length, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. I think this was amazing. The drumming, the bass, they're back with full power, and I can't wait to see them again. One of my best friends in Germany, he just watched them, and he sent me some clips, and he's like, yeah. And he saw Uriah Heep, open for Judas Priest. That's just that is like worth, the price of admission. But this was wonderful. Let me know if you would like to see, if this video gets, the amount of views that I would, expect from a new Judas Priest, release, then I'll do a second one. Let me know, if you want me to continue. I'll just notice in the comments or the views if I should do a second reaction. I'm gonna listen to it regardless, but I'll wait, and do a first time reaction. for you guys, but I do need to see if you really want it. If not, I'm just gonna listen to it by myself. But again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, for listening, for sharing this with me. This was amazing. Let me know what you think of the new Judas Priest album. Have you heard it? What do you think? And yeah, let me know. Comment and like, subscribe if you want. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.